Hello friends, welcome. I'm glad you're here with me. Actually, I'm glad I'm here with you. It's been such a crazy summer with so much travel, but I am finally back home for several weeks and I'm excited to get back in my craft room. All right, so one of the travels that I was on was to go to Kansas City to Craft Roulette's in-person event called Paperganza, and it was the first one that Mary Gunn had put on, and I was very blessed to be able to be there. And while I was there, I sat at a table with a girl named, I'm going to say it right, Alicia. It's not Alicia, it's Alicia. And she is Crafty Al. And so if you've ever seen her YouTube channel, it's called Crafty Al. And she does something called the sheet load. So once a month, she comes out with a diagram and the cutting directions to make several cards using just a few sheets of paper. So I thought I would jump in and give the sheet load a go, see how I do at it. So let's go ahead and switch the camera and we'll take a look at the August instructions for the sheet load. Okay, so here it is, and there's several people online that do this each month, and I just thought it would be fun to join in. So they're not hard at all, but it gives you a great way to use just a few sheets of paper to make some cards. So here is this month's, and this is the diagram, and then here you have, or this is the sample, and then here is the diagram for all of the different cutting instructions. And apparently each month it can use any size of paper. So the one for August uses a 6x6, a few sheets of solid, and one piece of vellum. And it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this shows you to make 8 cards. Yeah, see, here's a 8 A2 card bases. And so just out of 4 pieces of 6x6, 2 pieces of 8.5 by 11 colored cardstock, 1 sheet of vellum, and 8 card bases, you can make 8 cards. So that's kind of the plan. Now I've changed it up just a little bit because this assumes that you're using 4 double-sided paper. And mine is not double-sided, so actually it doesn't have to be. It could be 4 sheets that are different, but they have to be the same, and so mine are not the same, so that's where the difference was. But let me show you the paper that I'm going to use. So I have 4 sheets here, whoops, and in today's video I'm just going to make 2, and then I'm going to show you 2 that I made prior that are a little bit different. So here are my papers that I'm going to use, and these are just some random sheets that I had. I believe they originally came out of a Pink and Maine paper packet that was pretty old, and these were the only sheets I had left of this. So let's go ahead and follow the cutting instructions. I'll pull those out so we can look at them. We're going to cut a strip down at 3 1/4. So here we go. I'm going to put my glasses on real quick. Okay, so 3 1/4. There we go. So for this 3 1/4 piece, we're going to turn it this way and cut them all down at 3/4. So just a whole strip here at 3/4. And hopefully we can just do this pretty quickly because we have 4 sheets of paper. So I'll just cut away here. And remember, I'm only making 2 cards, but this is going to give us enough. I believe using just 2 sheets of paper, it would give us enough to make 4 cards, and using 3 sheets of paper, or 4 sheets of paper will give us enough to make 8. So now I'm going to do this other half here where I've got this section of paper, and I'm going to cut them first 3/4 inch wide. So I need 3 long pieces at 3/4 or 3/4, however you say that. There you go. And then we're going to turn it this way and cut 3 pieces at 2 inches. And then from this piece, we just need 2 instead of 3. It'll still give us that 3rd one, but we'll just set this one aside. We don't need that. All right, so there we go. There's all of those kind. Let's go ahead and do the same to this one. So we're going to go to 3 1/4. And this time, let's go ahead and do this size first. And like I said, your cutting instructions are right here. Easy peasy. And I'm going to try something. I'm going to stack them up and see how that works. If I mess it up, it'll be okay because I have 1 second. Looks, did pretty good. Okay. Had that one section that we don't use right here, so I thought, well, if I mess it up once, we'll be okay still. But it worked pretty well. All right, so and then for this section, we'll do it right here at 3/4 also, and go all the way down. So the sheet load directions are free. You just need to go to Crafty Al and watch the current video, hit the subscribe button, and at the end of the video, she tells you how to go about downloading the instructions. Now, if you don't want to download it, you can just pull it up on your screen and have it there. I went ahead and downloaded it and printed it out so that I would have a copy. Okay. You do want to have a good sharp knife in your trimmer because you're going to be doing quite a bit of cutting. Okay. All right. I think before I launch the video, I can actually speed up this section of the video so that it doesn't take too long. But you get the overall plan of it. All right, we're down to our last one. So if you haven't tuned in to Craft Roulette yet, on Friday the 15th, I will be the online contestant. So I will be the guest that does the game, or it's kind of hard to explain. It's I always struggle with finding exactly how it is. A game show where they spin the wheel and you get parameters, and then if you're the guest online, then you make a card live right there with Mary Gunn. If you're just tuning in from home and watching, you get to make your card and submit it before the timeline expires. So it gives you several days, but you don't have to make yours live. A lot of people do, but you don't have to. So I will be doing that this coming Friday, and it airs at 7 o'clock on YouTube. And if you just type in Craft Roulette, you will find it right there on YouTube. And it's a lot of fun. And I believe if you would like to meet Crafty Al, she was on just recently. I think this past Friday or maybe the Friday before that. But okay, so we've got our pile here of all of our pieces. Now, another thing we need to do is our solid pieces, and I went ahead and did that in advance. So I have one in hot pink, and I have one in, this is called citrine, or a kind of a dark yellow. And this one I have already cut down to 4 by 5 1/4, but this one looks like it's a little bigger, so let's go ahead and cut it down. Yeah, there we go. So it needs to be 4 by 5 1/4. That way our card has a nice white outline. And let's take a look at our guide again. So right here we also need a circle of vellum. So I have gone ahead and cut out 2 circles of vellum. And then it also a sentiment die cut. So I have gone ahead and pre-prepared 2 sentiment die cuts for us to use on these cards. And I use those, let's see, the You Brighten My Day is from Simon Says Stamp. And the Sending Smiles is a Stamps of Life. But any sentiment die cut that you have will work great. Okay, let's go ahead and start putting these together. So I think for this one, we'll pull out our sheet here so we can kind of pay attention. We're just going to go ahead and I'm going to use these 2 together and these 2 together. So like she has a flowered one here just for this first one. Let's make it easy and we will lay out the different pieces. Now I could turn this one over and do it this way, but I think I like all the color in this, so I'm gonna leave it this way. And then down here. And you can see I have plenty of strips to make several cards. And for this one, I am laying them out the same way that she has them. And then on the outside, is that one shorter? It seems shorter. No, it's the same, but it seems shorter. Maybe it is, I don't know. All right, let's grab one of the shorter ones here. And there we go. So we've got this one all lined out. Let's just go ahead and glue all those pieces down. And like I said, for this one, I did it exactly how she did it, where the flowered piece is towards the outside. And I'm just eyeballing this, trying to make sure that all of my distance between the pieces are the same. Once I found when I did this one before, that once I get the centerpiece all on, if you do get off a little bit, you don't notice it at all. I know there's a lot of people out there that would get the old ruler out and make it perfect, but those of you that have crafted with me for a long time know that me and the ruler are not the best of friends. So I'm much better with eyeballing it than I am with measuring it. We've all got our skills, right? Alright, again, just going to try to keep that distance the same. Keeping that. All right, there we go. We've got our base done, and now let's go ahead and grab our sentiment for this one. And let's see, I think I'm going to use this one. And I think that I would like that popped up. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to glue my Sending Sunshine directly onto my vellum piece, and then I'll put a piece of foam underneath my vellum. There we go. good. All right. Go ahead, cut a piece of foam. Put that right here. All right, so try to get that centered and straight. It's pretty good. And let's go ahead and put that on a card base so we can see that nice white outline. I do think the white outline around all the different patterns really bring it all together, kind of brings the eye in together instead of that kind of wildness. So I'm really glad she had us cut that piece down. So look at that. I love how simple and easy, but it really makes a fun card. All right, let's do our second one, and then I'll show you a couple that I did prior. So I have plenty here that I can make some more of that version, and I do have double-sided paper, so I can kind of change it up a bit for my next ones. And let's do these. Now, the way she had it, she had the flowered pieces on the outside and the striped pieces on the inside. And that's how I did it the first time. But this time, I think I'm going to mix it up a bit. I'm not going to do them all the same. And rather than lay it out like I did last time, I'm just going to go ahead and start gluing them in place. Just, you know, trying to, like I said, keep my edges the same. There we go. Now for this one, instead of all of my dots being on the inside, I'm going to put some dots on the outside here and just kind of mix this up a bit. And mostly I'm just doing that to kind of see how it looks. Whoops, need a short one. Yep. So I'm not sure how many other creators do the sheet load, but I have seen several of them on, whoops, I think I want to do one of these. So I have watched several, and it's really fun to see how everybody kind of takes and makes it their own and gives things such a unique look. Like, I saw one lady doing this exact kind of thing, but she was doing it very Victorian with Victorian papers, and she had like roses and stuff on the inside. It had a totally different look than a lot of the others. Sarah Lynn's did like a superhero card that was really cute. It's just a fun little quirky thing. So I hope you'll give it a try. I would say it's similar to like doing a card challenge or something like that, where you're all kind of working off the same template but giving it your own idea. And for me, you know, when you have a lot of those 6x6 pads of paper and you always have those few sheets that are left, I thought this was a great way to use them. And I've always loved the color palette of this pad of paper, but like I said, I've had this paper for a long time. So I was just really happy to have this idea. All right. So I'm going to do the same thing, and I'm going to pop this up just like I did last time. And if you didn't want to do the vellum, look at that. It's awful. It's fun even without the vellum circle. But since I cut the vellum circle, I'm going to go ahead and use it. My glue coming down here. All right, we'll add some foam on there. There we go. Make sure I get my words straight on there. All right, and again, let's go ahead and see how that comes together with the white outline. It's like my glue is like slightly clogged. It's not coming out very easily. All right. All right, there we go. So here are the two that we made today. Isn't that fun? But let me show you one that I did earlier today, and it is using a few other pieces, and I'll pull those products for you. But here's some that I made and changed it up a bit. I used a flower as my centerpiece, and then instead of my sentiment being a large one like this one says, I just wanted to say you are the best. And this one says, thank you so much, you made my day. And those come from a Stamp Market product that you stamp it all at once, and then this piece cuts them all out. So I really like that. And the flowers are also a Stamp Market product called Petal Playtime, and it gives you all of these large, I guess they're kind of like daisies, not exactly, but they make it where you can layer them up and make all different flowers. And I kept to the vellum like a Crafty Al's example, but I did my vellum in flowers instead. So this is how I changed it up. And like you can see, I've cut my paper. I still have lots of pieces here, and I've made 4, but I'm pretty sure I can make more than 8. I'm gonna have lots of these by the time I'm done. So I hope that if you've never done the sheet load with Crafty Al, that you will go over to craftyal.com and give it a shot. It's really fun. All right, I hope that I'm gonna switch back my camera. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you had a good time, and do check out the sheet load. I'll see if I can link it below the video, and y'all have a great day. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.